Welcome back, everybody. This is Sora LaChance. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have two more Final Fantasy figures that I have to open. Of course, I already got my Lightning figure just a week ago, so it just kind of feels like I'm getting a lot of Final Fantasy things back to back. But today, instead of opening Cait Sith first, I figured we'd go ahead and open my Final Fantasy XVI Formism diorama. I already own a couple of Formism figures by Kingdom Hearts, but they're a little smaller than this. This is meant to be a whole diorama scene. It's called the Eyes on Home Final Fantasy XVI diorama by Formism. It's the best looking Final Fantasy XVI figure that I think I've seen on the market. I pre-ordered this over a year ago. I didn't end up getting any of the bring arts in lieu of this statue instead. So let's just go ahead and get to unboxing this. I cannot wait to see this amazing scene from Final Fantasy XVI brought to life. First off, let's just go ahead and get a look at this box here. It's pretty simple. It's just a see-through box. Normally I do like that because you can see the figure really well, but like there's so much plastic in the way, it's hard to actually make out anything. One thing I do kind of like though about it, if you look closely, is it has this nice background that is the background of that official art from the game. I'll show it to you a little bit closer later. Now let us unbox. So right away, most of this is just one piece. I do think the water here could have been a little more detailed as the base, but I do still think it's really, really, really beautiful. You can see Clive sitting up here. There's a little bit of plastic here beneath his feet we're going to take out. And then Joshua holding a little baby Torgal. The only pieces that I have to insert here are going to be this Jill. She's supposed to be standing in the water, and she's holding her shoes here. A little bit of plastic on her as well. They look really, really, really nice. I can't deny that for how much I paid, I think the faces could be a little more detailed, but I feel like overall as a figure, getting all three together, probably still worth the money here. The only other thing that it comes with to attach is this sword. And you can see the sword comes with this Rossfield family flag on it. And then there's this really small hole right next to Clive where his sword with the flag easily fits in. So I'm actually realizing now that this Jill is very strange. Her feet are supposed to come off and then they attach through the bottom so that it actually looks like her feet are underwater. So you can see I have both her feet sitting in here. And let's see how easy it is to attach her. This is the strangest design. I've never seen anything like this. Okay. She wobbles a little bit, but I feel like you can't tell. It is kind of cool. You can see her feet through the water. It's a strange way to attach her, but a very cool detail to the figure. And there it is. That is absolutely gorgeous. Again, a part of me kind of feels like their faces here could have all had a little more detail, as well as the water. The fact that it's so dynamic with three characters in one scene like this still makes me feel like it's worth it. And just for a second, the background inside of the box is so cool. I just wanted to try and set it up with the background in back of it really fast. I know there's no reason I would never do this, but just thought it would look cool for a shot. And there we have it. I absolutely love this entire piece here. I did just want to show you guys a little closer the water detail. It looks good from afar, but I feel like up close it just looked random. And you can see her feet, but it's kind of subtle. But then a closer look at Jill here. and the rest of the figure, it's kind of hard to see the whole thing from one angle. The whole thing is very, very dynamic. Even this rock, it does have a good amount of detail on it. And I absolutely love this little Torgal. If you look close, he does have a seam right where his neck would be. And then, of course, up top, we have the main character of the game, Clive Rossfield. I feel like this is probably an unpopular opinion, but I actually preferred his teenage form. I was a little disappointed in the trailers when I found out that he wasn't like that most of the game. So what do you guys think here now that we have the full thing unboxed and got a close look at it? I, for one, am absolutely in love. Sure, it could have more detail, but this is one of the best figures that Square Enix has ever made in-house. A few of the specifications we have, of course, if you don't know already, it is from Final Fantasy XVI. The characters here are Clive and Joshua Rossfield, as well as their ward Jill Warwick and their dog Torgal. The figure is made out of painted plastic. It was $289 US, which equates to about 45,000 yen plus shipping. So like I said, it was a little bit pricey, but I'm pretty happy with it in the end. It is 7.87 inches or 20 centimeters tall. And of course, Formism figures are manufactured by Square Enix. And now the moment of truth. I actually set up this Final Fantasy XVI shelf to get ready for this diorama beforehand. And they should fit right in there. It's a tiny bit tight, but I feel like it looks perfect. Definitely one complaint I'm going to have about this figure is it's such a diorama. It's hard to see everyone from one shelf. We have Ifrit and Phoenix, and we have Shiva, and we have all three of them from the beginning of the game before any of this ever got started. And now I even have room for a few more in my new Final Fantasy XVI shelf. Alright, well, I'm so happy that I got that Final Fantasy XVI diorama. This figure is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy to have it in my collection, and I even have a little bit of room for maybe some more Final Fantasy XVI figures, or maybe even just other Final Fantasy figures to fill out that shelf. Sure, the faces could be a little bit better, but honestly, if I got any of the Bring Arts, I don't think the Bring Arts would have had much more detail than this. But definitely make sure, if you liked this video, to hit that like button, and then don't forget to subscribe. Check out my other Final Fantasy unboxings. I did get that Cait Sith at the exact same time as this 16 diorama, so check the link in the description and you'll be able to see that unboxing as well. Check out any future videos that I have going on. Thank you guys again for coming today. This is Sora LeChance, out.